A very good morning to one and all. We are gathered here today for the workshop on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation design, which is being organized by the Institution Innovation Council, along with Boson, Ashra, and Resonance Club of the college. We are glad to have with us Dr. Ravinder Singh, who will be conducting this workshop. Dr. Singh is a civil servant, modernizing technology program manager with the Cabinet Office's Central Digital and Data Office, London. Dr. Ravinder Singh earned his PhD in Computer Science and Informatics from King's College, London, and has had a successful career spanning over 25 plus years in information technology, digital consulting, transformation, robotic process automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, and blockchain standard assurance and audits. He has also managed programs with cyber and information security with budgets up to $95 million, including working with CMMI Level 5 companies, the World Bank, governments of the UK, Thailand, Uzbekistan, Colombia, Rwanda, India, etc. He also possesses extensive experience in the field of defense, B.Voc consulting, BFSI, software houses, R&D, telecom, oil and utility sectors. We are fortunate to have a man of such immense experience and expertise amongst us today. Thank you, sir. I would now request Ravinder Singh, sir, to kindly share his valuable thoughts on the topic with all of us. Would you want to follow up?
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? So Thursday we discussed about most of the things about leadership and skills and team building, but today we are completely changing into the design thinking, critical thinking. Before So before I go into that, if I ask a question, if you have been given, if you want to write it down, write it down. I want you to solve that. If you are given 100 balls and you have 7 vessels or 7 pots with you, so you have to divide, put balls in each of the 7 bottles or pots in such a way that I can make any number from 1 to 100 by picking the bottles combinations, like 1, 3, 5, whatever it is. I can make any number from 1 to 100, from 100 balls. So you have to distribute balls in that bottle or each bottle in such a way that I can form any number from 1 to 100. There are 7 bottles or 7 pots where you have to put some balls in each of them. But afterward, I can make any number from any of the bottles from 1 to 100. Let's spend 2 minutes on that and anybody? So in the first bottle, it has to be 1. Right? Because 1 is a number, the time is 1 to 3 years. What are the balls in the rest of the bottles? What's your idea? Loud mic. It's one of the questions in topmost technology organizations in the interview. And it's there and done, you have to do it. I want to see the analysis, how you're going about it. पहले चिक्का है जो on गया है on गया. I have to create number 3. Then what? There is a pattern in it. There is a very good pattern you will find out. If you try to solve it. We will come to that solution later on. Right? So, in the design thinking, I always quote, if you want to succeed, you want to be well prepared for interview, it's like you are preparing for a GRE or a GMAT or any other exam, or let's say exam for engineering or exam for MBA, CAT, JE, whichever exam, you start preparing, right? But if you are stuck on some certain mistakes, you go and learn from someone who can tell you there is a mistake, this is how you can solve it. So those are the steps which you need to change. If you go on solving the same problem by the same method, you will get the same result. So if I have to change the output, I have to change the input. So that's where we say change your habits. If I am jogging karne jana hai, I have to get up. If you want to go early morning or late evening, whatever time it is, but then you have to make a commitment. Right? You have to make a commitment to change your life, change or being physically fit. Right? So do remember this. If you go on doing the same thing, the results will be same. You are giving the interview in the same method, you will fail or succeed depending on the thing. Yeah. I can quote you from one of my students. He was not my student, but I had a similar lecture in university, Punjab University. That was on interview skills and how to present yourself in the interview. I didn't remember that guy, that he came into that class around 8 years back. That class was 8-9 years, 200 students. So one of them, he found me on the LinkedIn. He's in US at the moment. He said, once he's elected, I normally don't accept like that. I will always ask who are you, how you know me. He said, he was in the final year at that time. He said, before my session, whichever interview he was attending, he was failing. But after the session with me, he sat in the 3 interviews and he was selected in all the 3. Because the way you answer the question to the interviewer makes a difference. I'm not trying to boast myself. I'm saying that he was good enough to remember me, that it changed his life. He is working in Microsoft, and now he's in Cisco, finished his job last year. So he always keeps me updated. I feel humbled by that also, that at least I could make some difference to one person. Maybe some others have done it, they don't want to do it. That's fine. But at least I know that I have made a difference in someone's life. Design thinking, when we talk of, we always say the user research, empathize. In UK, we spend a lot of time doing the user research, that for whom we are building a product or a service or whatever you are trying to provide to that person. So what we do is spend a lot of time in user research. Users are people who are going to use your service or product, whatever you have. It's not that the people with the abilities should be able to use it. How the people with the disabilities are going to use it? Are they given that kind of confidence that they can use your service or a product? Like most of the sites in here, I don't see that the people with disabilities will be able to use it. Right? Maybe some of them are, but not all of them. At least government sites, I have seen that difference. And we don't allow any site in UK government to be live if it is not people with the handicap, people deaf, people blind, they should be able to use it. Lots of time we have spared so many services from the department. Sorry, I cannot allow this to go online because this is not inclusive site for everyone. Right? Even up to the color schemes we go, because the colors, some colors are, you have to have neutral colors. I cannot make a site, but depending on a tourism site, which has to be attractive, more colorful than the other, it is to be there. Right? But empathize, use your user need. And then ask the problem from the users. Because once you solve it for the user, there will be always a market for you. इतना नहीं है कि market कोई भी problem जेडी दे नाल customer को कोई पैदा होगा, that will always shoot up. There was a gap, we came, we filled that gap. Then they thought, since car is expensive, let's have the two-wheelers also. Right? You get the two-wheelers now, three-wheelers also. So they thought the Indian market is like this, we have to cater to that market also. You go on enhancing your product, your features, functionalities in your product. Challenge your assumptions, ideas, whosoever is putting the idea, howsoever vague it is. Right? 30 years down the line, nobody thought that this could be done. Right? The things which you are seeing nowadays, with a click of a button, you get full of information. But you are seeing it. AI machine learning, it's not that AI machine learning has come now. It was in the 70s, it was in the 60s also. There was a list programming, Prolog was there, rule based, you can write down. But now it is growing because computational power has grown, easier access to the software, easier access to the systems availability. Right? So you challenge yourself, howsoever vague the idea looks now, but it may be 10 years down the line, the same idea was. Right? Nobody thought of a pandemic, it came, and it changed the way people started thinking. It will change the way the services are being delivered. Right? And no medicine has come so quickly and without field trials, it was launched. COVID vaccine, Covishield, coming from Oxford University. So they created that. And it was on a war footing. Otherwise, normally a medicine takes 6, 7, 10 years before it hits the population. Right? So you have to challenge yourself, start to create solutions, and then try the solutions out. And when you are trying the solutions out, and we always say, fail, fail, pass. Now, this is a typical example, probably you might have seen everywhere, that the customer wants this, and then that's where passing on the idea to the next person to develop it becomes a challenge. You have something in your mind, it has to come on the paper in the form of a documentation so that the other person understands what the person is trying to build. Otherwise, the customer wants this and the customer gets something else. If that happens, your product will fail. So every time you have to be transparent with the communication. That whatever steps you want to write, you must write those steps so that a person who's reading it for the first time, he or she should be able to understand it without me there. Right? That is the kind of documentation needs to be there. Like if you think from the call centers who are telling you to do, okay, press this on the computer, press this, press that, they don't have a knowledge. The call center person, boy or a girl, they don't have that knowledge that this has to be done. but it is written in the flow chart for them that ask this question, if this is yes, no, this, whole of the process flow is there for that person. They are just reading it from that script. Right? So create that script which can give the idea from a person who has done it, and then overall the person who is going to implement. There are so many people which will come in between. You need to take them along. Then we always say use agile. Why agile? Because you can easily change, quickly adapt to the change. And we are not launching the whole product. So you divide, you have a product, you want to create a minimum viable product, or you sometimes call prototype. But in agile terminology, it is called MVP. Minimum viable product, that this product can work in the market. And then rest of the features, functionality, you are go on adding it. Like you see the games or apps which you are using, every few weeks, there is an application update because of security issues or some new features launched into it. But they have hit the market, so revenue has started coming, so they can more refine the product. Right? So that's where your themes, epics, and stories. You divide the product into some theme is there, then divide it into epics and divide it into some story, user story, which a person has to build. So if you can, so you have to divide the product. A user story is a minimum or whatever is the least deliverable product. That you have a bigger thing to deliver. Now you are dividing into, so divide and conquer kind of thing, which means I have product which I can create, but how do I create? I have small projects which I can deliver and make it work. So that means in that you will fail, and we always say that's Abdul Kalam. But we always say, fail fast. Why fail fast? Because if you don't fail, you won't try the next thing. You will be stuck on the same thing. So fail fast. That's how we teach our civil servants over there also. Don't sit on the problem. If it is not working, change the method. But we must deliver, right? So that means start learning that. Start learning from the failure. It's not that fail okay, because in Indian context, I know how parents say, how friends say, oh, in Canada, which means that. Don't worry about those things. People will say, go on saying, करते सूरज में इस्लाम होंगे, ये याद रखना चाहिए. ਤੁਸੀਂ 100 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਕਰ ਲਓ, ਇੱਕ ਗਲਤ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਗਿਣਾਈ ਜਾਏਗੀ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ 100 ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ. Whether it's a family, friend, I could not do this. How can I try differently? What can be better than this? Right? You can go on creating those things. So once you have those things with you, that's what we call the innovation process, digital leadership. We have come up with this, copies of diagram from them. Idea generation, advocacy screening, experimentation. That's where you will have friends or people who can tell you that this is going to work or not work. Positive critics should be there, and as well as negative. Right? So then create the solution, commercialization, marketing, and distribution and implement. All various ways of it. Very simple steps. Idea comes to your mind. Start working with people who are expert in those areas. That is this going to work? I'm not saying discuss with everyone, because you need to protect your copyright also. Right? If it is a unique idea. So work on those things. Creativity, creative thinking. There are different processes we call affinity diagrams. You have brainstorming, concept map, mind maps, mood boards, jam boards. There are so many of them available to you online, offline. Have you heard of some of them?
Yes.
All of them? Or one of them?
Some of them.
Some of Have you used mind map sometime?
Yes.
Try to use it. How do you find that? Yeah. Is it good or is it bad?
It's like writing ideas on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and it's very organized too. And at the same time, you know that what is going on in your mind, and as well as you can put that on a piece of paper.
That's where the first thing why I showed that diagram was it is the idea of someone, but it has to come on the paper so that other person can think what you were thinking. Right? That's where the affinity diagrams, brainstorming, mind maps, mood boards comes into play. Then the sixth thinking has Six Sigma. Probably you have heard of Six Sigma. These are the hats people wear. White, red, black, yellow, green, blue, whatever it is. Which hat you want to wear at what point of time. That is changed. You can have different people doing the same things, or you can have the same person wearing a different hat. It's not that you have to wear that hat green color only, then you will start thinking it. Just to make people aware that now I am not into fashion, I am into optimism, benefits, I am into this, I am into this. To do that, you have story report, you have SWOT analysis, your strength, your team strength, your organizational strength. What is the current capability of you or your organization? Current capability assessment is very important. Once you know that, and you want to grow into something else, then you know this is a gap which I need to fill. Right? You hire experts, you hire people, or you do your self-training, or you retrain your staff, your choice. Critical thinking, that was created. Critical thinking, we always call. Analysis is at the top, evaluation, analysis. And what does it mean? Analysis, evaluation, or interpretation. That you have a bigger products, divide it into small projects. Right? I want to build this, but I have to start this first, this second, or these things can be done in parallel. So small things which can, whether it's a milestone or a deliverable, which you can deliver, which will make a whole product. Like you have a hardware product, you have its chassis to be joined, you have its hardware to be designed, software to be designed, so you can distribute the work so that you know that this product is to be done. So each product, iPhone or any mobile phone, you have a mechanical engineering in it, right? Coming into it, software engineering, hardware engineering coming into it, optics coming into it, with the lens and feature,
Functional design.
physics coming into it, LCD, which is there, chemical coming into it, all those stuff is coming. So it is collaboration of all the efforts to get a good product out. Right? That's why it is designed in California, made in China. Right? We will probably now start writing made in India with Tata supplying to Apple. Hopefully. So divide a problem or a project into small things which are achievable. Never go for a big bang. It is very difficult. Because the chances of failure are more. Corona होने के जिस तरह Bill Gates was trying to launch Windows 7 and it crashed while he was on the stage. Right? No doubt it doesn't break down because we can immediately start modifying it. But that blue screen of death was everyone knew. Right? That it became a mockery that we could not launch a product. And so think from that angle, Big Bang is very difficult, but small steps. Like a flyover is made, it is made in small steps. Delhi Metro started, okay, first these stations only, then it was extended slowly beyond Delhi. Right? So that means you have to think what is achievable, what can I do, where people will start appreciating it, people will start using it, some revenue will start coming to you. Okay. So, see this picture. Any attempts? 4 lines, count the lines. There is only one solution. And I can easily see that. If that happens. That's where you have to come, think out of the box. Think out of the box. And do your things. Who's sitting here? Your problem. Huh? बढ़िया कॉमन में बहुत टफ वाले एग्जांपल्स मिलेंगे I chose very simple examples. हाँ bend the page. बिना उसको वही there is a solution. So let's go. Whichever way you want. You can start from here. You can start from here, go like this. You can start from here, go like this. Whatever. Ajit?
Overlapping allowed.
Overlapping allowed. What straight line, sir? I said don't go over the dot twice. I didn't say line twice. हाँ शॉर्टकट पे तो कहाँ से यहाँ पे तो खत्म हो रहा है ना यहाँ से मैं गया यहाँ तो खत्म होगा ना वहां तो ट्वाइस आएगा ही आएगा लास्ट पॉइंट है वो you start from here or you can start from here then draw like this whatever it's a similar solution every time whichever way you want to start but you have to start outside first. You have to move 3 balls and reverse the triangle. You have to change the 3 balls to triangle reverse on that or mirror image in that. Move 3 balls, right? But the triangle is upside down. Top 3 balls. नीचे फिर तो 4 बाकी नहीं 4 के बाद 2 हो जाएंगे 2 यहाँ 3 यहाँ रहेगी that will be the same reverse 4 3 2 1 normally we used to do it with the coins physically you can move the coins and see it. Hi.
And the stop is policy.
Yeah. Well, right. What's her name? Ranita. Good. समझ आ गया सबको? These 2 balls go here and this one comes here. That's it. How many squares? उसके अंदर चेयर रेक्टेंगल में चेयर
26.
जो करना है करो दे रहा हूं
21.
I'll leave it to you to decide about the answer to this. You search for it, now I do it. What can you say?
Sorry.
3. Answer should be 3. The logic you gave was wrong. Why? 12, he said 6. 12, 6 characters in it. He said 6, he said 3 characters in it. Sorry, 3 and what went in. 10, now 5, it will be 4. Right? So that, sorry, answer is 4. Sorry. So 10 का भी 3 ही आएगा. 3 10 का भी 3 ही आएगा. हाँ जी, ठीक है. समझ नहीं आया. पहले ने क्या 12, 6 characters in writing 12, 3 characters in writing 6, and 3 characters writing Deen. Right? Yes. Okay. Red house is made of red bricks, green, yellow, blue with blue. What is greenhouse made of?
Glass.
Oh, sorry. Automatic change करेंगे. Greenhouse. Glass. Greenhouse is made of glass. Wherever the greenhouse is, it has to be made with glass because of the temperature that it has to maintain for the vegetables or other things to grow. First 2 signify a male, first 3 female, first 4 signify great. Entire word signifies a great woman. Don't know what. Word plays, crosswords.
Heroine.
Yeah. Heroine. He, male, her, female, hero, a person who is great, but we call that hero, and the whole word is heroine. Right. What is the answer to the first question which I asked at the start?
Did you mean that 7 vessels
Google का नहीं किया.
First vessel has 1 ball.
Yeah.
The second vessel has 2 balls.
Yeah.
The third vessel has 4 balls. The fourth vessel has 5 balls. The fifth vessel has 13 balls.
Okay.
Sixth vessel has 25, and seventh has 50.
So can I make 1, 2?
100. Yes, sir. I think you can.
No. 4 कैसे बनाओगे?
4, sir. 4 है. The vessel में 4.
कैसे बनाओगे 4?
So 4 is given in one of the vessels.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4 is that?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 4, 5,
5.
13, 25, and 50.
1, 2, 4, 5. 10 कितना बनाओगे?
ठीक है.
10,
10 से 5, 4 and 1.
Okay. 11,
5, 4, 2.
okay. 12,
5, 4, 2, 1.
4, 13,
13 से है.
13 है. Okay. बाकी बन जाएंगे.
बन जाएंगे सर, क्योंकि वही प्लस ओके
नहीं बनते. ट्राई करेंगे. कुछ मिसिंग होंगे नंबर. Missing version है.
कोई फिर आपसे एग्जांपल दे दूं उनको आई थिंक मैं वो फिट कर रहे थे तो मैं
जब तक जाना it will miss out the numbers. Any others? It's a good attempt. That's good. Any other? Any other answers? 100 तक जाना, it will miss out with certain numbers. Missing what के number? There is only one solution to this. So, can you solve? Try to do it. Now, come to innovation. Preparation, exploration, incubation. So, whichever way you want to do, explore idea with people, try to launch the free service, free things, and start getting a feedback. As we see, we do in our civil services in UK. We have normally discovery phase, alpha phase, private beta, public beta. In private beta, we not hire, but we ask certain users. We have a group of some selected users from different use cases. Please test this service before we go into the public beta. So private beta is like, if this service is 400,000 people or whole of India, let's say. The private beta, 1,000 people, 5,000 people, and then going on it. And we don't work with them, give them, okay, this is how, if let's say you are creating a service to apply for a license or a passport, you give them the service. You fill it and we will see what challenges you face. So,
So I just wanted to know how design thinking and innovation will be prevailing in the banking sector for the near future.
okay. I cannot predict, but definitely they have to come with a solution for cryptocurrency, linking with the bank account. Then using machine learning to provide better services, providing chatbots, taking away the KYC to be done completely without a person. In UK, the trials are going on that your KYC can be done by a machine itself. You will hold your passport with you and we will take a picture and compare and all that stuff. So, and in banking, probably the banking staff, if you see in India, it will reduce. It will be most of them, they will start putting up the machines or kiosks to do the work. There will be a couple of people who can assist you, you don't know how to use the machine. So that's the next thing which is going to happen now in India. India, yes. Outside, they have already started doing that. Any other? Book like this. There's it.
1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32.
Yes. It's a binary 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 4, 5, 6. And in the last bit, we'll set 37 balls. Right? So you can create the things. So it's a, you start thinking, start analyzing those kind of problems. Because that basically will give you creative thinking. You have to come out of the comfort zone and start implementing the ideas. कंफर्ट जोन फिरना पड़ेगा सब जी मैं सुबह 9 बजे उठना है तो कॉलेज भी जाना है जिम भी करना है so we can take it as some so you put your effort best effort don't expect without expectation of goals if you want to make money don't think of making money start thinking how can we solve the problems for the people that will bring the money automatically. So if you know that gap, you can identify those gaps in the market, fill those gaps. Immediately venture capitalists will give you the money. They need to understand, you might have seen Shark Tank years, right? They pitch the idea 3 minutes, 2 minutes, right? That's the time you get with the people, with the people who have money, and you want to make them interested in your project or a product or a service. If you send a CV to an organization, right? It's the first 30 seconds or 10 seconds we always say. The person will say yes or no. They don't read, nobody has the time to read whole of your CV. So those first 10 seconds or 15 seconds, if you capture a person's eyes, oh, this looks interesting. But if you fail in that, it's nothing. Then job भी लेने जाना है, हम यही हाल है। 15-20 सेकंड का टाइम मिलता है, जिससे उसे इम्पैक्ट करना है। वो impact will only you need to have a good soft communication skills. Soft skills are very important at that point. Knowledge is, yeah, you can be a great scientist, that's fine. But why should I hire you when others are also beta computer science, anti computer science, right? Everyone is same, confident, whatever is it. But what is different? You have to convince the person within that 10-15 seconds. वो impression बन जाएगा फिर तो हमें 1 घंटा लगेगा. The person will sit for you. But पहले ही एक बारी negative हो गया, it's very difficult to turn it around now.
I had a question. You mentioned agile methodology, right? Sir, how can you implement agile methodology in an existing business plan?
A very good question. It's very difficult. Like we work in government works in a waterfall method. You have an analysis phase, you have a design, build, test, deploy. No longer we are advising government in India also, but this is no longer going to work. Every department is given that training that how you can move from waterfall idea. Because in waterfall, the challenge is you can go on building the product for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, and at the end it may fail. But here you have a 30-day backlog, features, functionalities. You know that these stories have to go live, and there is no downtime while I am launching it again. Right? The user at the front end will not see any change. But the back end we are making those changes. Now the thinking from that mindset, which is you have to now do the testing, it is now analysis, design, build, test in the same theory itself. So each end product is tested, that particular feature or functionality, and then it is integrated. So you know which features to be launched next week, this week, next day, next week. This is what I have done with JP Morgan. From waterfall to we move them into agile. It took us 6 months. It's not easy process. 6 months, they were making deliveries of the software. We have to close the bank. Close the bank means you might have seen the maintenance notice in some of the banks or insurance company sites. We have to close on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's why bank services will not Friday for Middle East because they have Friday off. Saturday, Sunday for global. So that, and it was a kind of a in time where it was up to the CEO level each report was going that this is being developed, this is being implemented. This Sunday we will launch the new version of the software. Of course, we have plans to do backup or things that if this fails, we can roll back in this new version, or we can go forward with some of the bugs and we can fix in the week and so on. We never went back. Within 2 years with JP Morgan, it was always rolled forward. We were going. Yeah, okay. Out of 30 new features, functionalities, 2 or 3 have failed or 5 failed. We can modify it within next 3 days and it will be live. Those things are accepted because they know that. But afterward, we changed the program which I was reading completely. I changed it from every 4-month delivery to every week delivery. Every week we were updating. But at the 4 months, still we were doing was collecting all those functionalities and putting into one version and launching it again. But because it is already tested, we don't need to drop the bank. We just launched a new version so that from that point onwards, it built onto that level from that point onwards. Otherwise, all those functionalities are scattered. So you have to build those things. Build that atmosphere where people know the agile, scrum master, product manager, what are their roles, give them the training. Every day there is a scrum meeting, every day, but it has to be 15 minutes only. Very clear cut. Within 15 minutes, you have to agree that you are going to develop this today. That's it. Whatever your team size, you have 100+ team size, even then the meeting will be 15 minutes. You cannot say it has to be, sorry, I can extend it to 30. No, people have to work on that system to develop it. And then tomorrow we can tell, okay, I faced this challenge, I could not complete it. Then start working on it. Then how can we help you out? Because this is essential and we have to launch it at the weekend. Right? So you need to think of those, train the people, understand what agile is, Kanban, understand this. Right? There are professional bodies who can train you in it. Start implementing that process workflow in your organization.
One more question. Sir, so like if you're working on a product or like a startup or something, so what, for example, if we had to learn how to increase innovation and increase, the quality of the product, like as students, what courses or what subjects we should learn? Like we have a lot of like agile methodology. There are also several courses on it now. So what all such courses should we do so that we can improve these skills, so that we can improve the innovation in our ideas?
Innovation in your ideas is, that is one is fail fast. If you have an idea, test it. If it is not going to work, park it. Not work on something else. Don't waste your time. Because, as I said, AI machine learning was in 70s, in 80s, 60s also. Prolonged list people were using. But it never, neural networks, fuzzy networks, people are using it, right? But to a very limited extent because computational power was not there. Tools were not available to that extent. But now, computational power, faster processors are available. You can quickly evaluate the data and give you the output. So machine can learn now. The database storage is available. Have you seen 5/4 inch floppy disks? So they are 3.5 inch disk. So cards they printed on this. Each and every program was printed on the card only, then the computer will read. And then the floppy disk 1.2 MB. Oh, what would you capacity of it? 3 MB was 3.5 inch. Oh, all were the capacity. Now 3 GB, 10 GB, 1 terabyte. We see. So you think from that angle that okay, this idea I need to work on, but is it the right time? Right? Weeks people tried in India having the processed food, packaged food, you can come and just boil water and put into it and eat it. It didn't work because people were cooking at home. Most of the ladies were not working at that time. If you go 10, 20 years back. But nowadays, women are working, the scenario has changed. If you launch that kind of a product now, you will see so many of them have become successful because of those reasons, because people don't have time, families don't have time to cook. So you may have a brilliant idea, but at that time people may not see that kind of benefits from it. But when the right time comes, the benefits will be there. So you need to think of, that's where I say current capability and what is the current environment, which problem I can solve. Money will flow. Money is not a problem. Money will flow to you. If people that this is a good idea, people will start giving you the money. But the only thing is, the idea has to be unique. Right?
सर जैसे कि आपने बोला सर इनोवेशन मतलब सर जैसे जिस आप जो मेथड्स है सर जो सर मेथड्स हम जैसे यूज करके सर हम किसी प्रोडक्ट का इनोवेशन करते हैं बाइस पर सर हम इनोवेशन कर लिया हमने सर सर उसका उस प्रोडक्ट का कहीं ना कहीं सर प्राइस तो बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा तो सर प्राइस बढ़ने के साथ साथ फॉर एग्जांपल आप लेज भी ले लो सर जो चिप्स सर वो 20 रुपीज का मिलता है सर और उन्होंने सर आज के टाइम पे सर इनोवेशन करके नाउ सेकंड प्रोडक्ट उन्होंने सर लाया है वहां करके सर एंड दैट इज नाउ 25 रुपीज और सर मैक्सिमम शॉप्स में हमारे जितने भी एरिया तो अब मतलब उस वो पैकेट अवेलेबल हो चुका है सर और जो पुराना इनोवेशन वाला जो चिप्स थे वो सर उन्होंने बंद कर दिए और मतलब मैक्सिमम अब वही आने लगे हैं सर उसकी वजह से सर वो अब लोगों ने बंद करके सर दूसरी चीजें लेने स्टार्ट कर दी है सर दूसरे जो कमोडिटीज के सर जो सर ये कॉस्ट बढ़ने से सर आपको नहीं लगता सर कि हम इनोवेशन जो करेंगे सर वो प्रोडक्शन उसकी बन भी हो सकती है सर
That's where you need to, where I say commercialization, marketing, evaluation of your idea with the people.
सर उसका क्या मेथड सर यूज करेंगे सर आपने इम्प्लीमेंट तो कर दिया इस कंपनी ने लेज ने सर इम्प्लीमेंट तो कर दिया इनोवेशन सर आप फिर ये मेथड कौन सा यूज करा कि यहाँ पे फिर सर प्रोडक्शन ही बंद करने फिर पुराने प्रोडक्शन दोबारा स्टार्ट करने के
I don't know what is the idea, उनका क्या idea रहा होगा. Figure that out. They will give the features now. We know you have the money. I am giving you that comfort. Right? So they don't want to get into this market. Let it be Maruti, let it be Centro, let it be other small vehicles, Toyota or any other. But there is another market. So they have their own category. So you need to see where you are catering to. That's your market style. Right? Tata Jaipur will never give no people will come to that. Mercedes very rarely give that. Only when a new product is launched, it is one or twice time. This is a little which is getting now. To attract whatever. Aston Martin is not going to give an ad. They never give an ad. It is when you have capital, a massive advertisement is there. And they are not catering to it. So you have to think of, if these are the people I am targeting, what they are expecting. Those are my users. Right? I want to get the feedback from them. I don't want to tell a person who is going to buy a Mercedes that this is going to give you 20 kilometers to the return. They don't care. Right? That's where they start thinking of safety features comes into more play. The silence while you are sitting in the car comes more into play. If you sit in a Jaguar at pace, you drive on the road, you won't hear anything outside. Complete silence in the car. So think of the market. That's where the ideal markets commercialization has to come into play. But which are where I am targeting? I am targeting hill area, plain area, depending on those conditions have to change. Product has to change. Are there any other? Okay, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, sir, for that very interactive workshop. I now request Dr. Shweta Vadavan, Innovation Ambassador and also Organizing Secretary, to offer a green token to our guests. I now request Dr. Vikram Sagar, Coordinator IIC, to offer the vote of thanks. So good afternoon to all. Okay, so I would like to begin by thanking our principal, Dr. Ajay Sharma, and the members of the GPDFC College Society for encouraging such events and promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. I would also like to offer my sincere gratitude to Dr. Ravinder Singh Jandalji for sparing his valuable time and sharing his insight with us on innovation, critical and design thinking. Gratitude is also due for the patient listeners who have been very supportive and very interactive with the speaker. I hope all of you have gained something from this session. We would, we keep conducting such sessions for you so that you get some kind of orientation. And if anytime you like to have some idea about starting your own work and you need any kind of support, then you can come to IIC. We have a dedicated website, right? You can visit our website and every detail is there. If you want to be a member to IIC, then you can fill up a small form. If you have any business idea, right, then you can fill up the proposal form, right? Everything is available on the website. And last but not the least, we have conducted many such sessions in the past as well. The recording of all those sessions, right? So it's not possible like you have come for one session, right? If you want to have queries like angel investment, technology transfer, product fit, if you have like to visit those sessions, the repository is very well available on the website. So you can visit that website. So that is a one-point stop, right? So all our events are announced on the Facebook and Instagram handles. The link is also available over there. So you can keep seeing keep visiting that website to check the updates. So thank you all for your patience. And thank you all, thank you, sir, again for your, you have stressed it for 2 sessions. It was remarkable to have you again. We will look forward to having you again, sir. Thank you so much. Now, students, you may kindly exit quietly. And those who have attendance sheet may please hand over to Agrim ma'am. And rest of the IIC members, please come for the photograph. Thank you.